Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
When it's all on the line, you turn to the strong, the stable, the unwavering. To those with a history of raising their performance to meet the moment. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies checking from Pinnacle. Play hard. Bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by August 31st. And you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
The Indiana Fever have to do something. You cannot let you're allowing people to think this is okay. You're allowing her to think that you don't have her back.
Yes.
Like whatever you think of her on a personal level, she is wherever you're going. If you're a member of that franchise, wherever you're going, it's where she's taking you.
The Gary Parrish Show, live weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. We have another edition. This will be the third edition of the Debate Club. You guys are going to sell a shoe to Mr. Bennett Doyle, our producer over here.
Oh, yeah.
I saw these.
I've seen these.
I saw these on social media too.
It's the perfect house shoe.
I know, right?
Like, yeah, it's not even a house shoe. I bet you they're really comfortable. You know, you heard of unisex. This is unifoot. Oh, my God.
The Sneak Fest Show, live Tuesdays at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Royal Flush Tour 2024. November 14th, FedEx Forum. A journey through the hits and timeless classics. The iconic band returns with special guests. Jason Bonham's Led Zeppelin Evening. Tickets on sale now at heart-music.com. Heart with Jason Bonham's Led Zeppelin Evening. Produced by AEG Presents.
Now for a limited time, the new $1.99 crispy tender wraps are here at Sonic. Who could deny a crispy chicken tender with bold flavors like hickory barbecue and cheesy Baja? And we can't forget the crisp lettuce and melty cheese to make the perfect bite. Wrap yourself up with some TLC, tender, love, and chicken for only $1.99. Sonic $1.99 crispy tender wraps. Tax not included, limited time only at participating Sonic drive-ins.
What is going on? What is it? Which one? What color was it?
With speckles.
Yeah, that's vomit. That's vomit. Yeah, that is the worst one. The vomit is the worst one. I'd like to remind everybody that this is her idea. She wanted to do this.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
I think we have the college basketball title futures. UConn's #1.
I really like Houston. I'd have them winning it all, but you can't be giving Drake jerseys. What is wrong with you?
Maybe the Drake curse is stronger in college basketball.
How long has he been riding with Kentucky?
He wore an Alabama jersey and Saban retired.
The Odds Couple with Rob Fisher, Lang Whitaker, John Roser, and CJ Hurt, live Thursdays at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Mike did his favorite black films of all time. Mike, where we at?
If there's one movie I know every single line to, it is Coming to America.
There we go.
It is Coming to America. It can come on any time of any day, and I'm going to stop and watch at least 20 minutes of it.
Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
Live from downtown Memphis, this is the Chris Vernon Show, presented by Caesars Sportsbook on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Chris Vernon.
GrindCityMedia.com. It's Chris Vernon Show. Welcome. It is the Thursday, June 27th, 2024 edition of the show. Today on the show, we need to talk about the NBA draft. After a lot of deliberation and consultation, I made the decision 5 minutes before the show that I was not going to disappear forever. Despite my previous claims about what would happen if the Grizzlies took Zach Edey 9th overall in the NBA draft. We will go through last night. We will go through what Zach Kleiman, the general manager of the team, had to say about Zach Edey becoming a Memphis Grizzly. Devin was in Brooklyn last night. Me, Kelsey, and Roser were at Southland Park for the festivities. We will go through the draft. We'll get you ready for the second round today. Let's do it. Turn it up! Everybody's having a good day. All right, we got a lot to get to on the show today. The Memphis Grizzlies took Zach Edey in the top 10 last night, and so they have their new center. We will get to everything that took place with the NBA draft last night. Also, the second round of the NBA draft is going to be going on early this afternoon. Memphis has a couple of picks in that, and we'll talk about who is still left on the board. Quite the event last night at Southland Hotel and Casino. Super excited to meet so many people that came out. Certainly appreciate all the people that did come out. And I will tell you that when they drafted Zach Edey, it got a very good response last night from the fan base that was on hand. We will get to everything that took place last night in Brooklyn. On Devin's side, he's running around with a camera, and then they drafted the only guy that was not there. So that turned out great for him. Before I get to anything, I'll welcome John Roser to the show. John Roser, a.k.a. the Cologne Ranger, the Body Spray Bandit, Senior Sack, Johnny Backpole, Johnny Bearcat, John Asparagus, Johnny Neckcarb, John Lance. He's Yogi Roser. What up? What up? Have you been able to go back? I have given you one mission. Did you go back to all of our previous shows and delete everything?
I mean, we can do that.
Those still exist?
Yeah, they exist.
How do they exist at this time?
You know.
They did happen last night. What are you doing? Why do I even have you around?
Well, it's for the good of everything. You know, sometimes we gotta.
Wait, what?
We gotta eat it. Yeah, you know. Yeah. It's why would we delete it? Why would we delete it? I'm not totally against Zach Edey. I think you were more profound in your stance against him.
How is it the only guy that I've got clips of me saying this stuff about? Literally, there's 60 guys in the draft.
Yeah.
The only one that there are clips of me being like, meh. That's what doing this show is about. Because every once in a while,
it happens.
Right? I've had my celebrations, and I've had my comeuppances
and this is a comeuppance.
Yeah.
And look, I'll say this like I say every year, whether or not, no matter what, I'm always going to give you my opinion on these things, okay? And then when something like that tonight takes place and they take Zach Edey, now, in fairness, this is much, much better than, like, say, many years ago when I have been dead set against picks or I have been convinced that somebody was going to be a bum. Never once did I tell you that this guy's going to be a bum. I told you I do not know how this is going to translate to the NBA, which I totally believe, and I don't know what kind of fit it is with the type of team they have and the type of point guard they have. And interestingly enough, this is, when I went back, I read all manner of people this morning. You can find both. You will find people that hate the pick. You will find people that love the pick. It is easily the most polarizing, which is, for our purposes, as good as it gets.
Yes. Something
that is this polarizing, and it's going to play out one way or the other. Or it might play out in the middle, right? Maybe he's a good player, and the people that didn't like the pick and the people that did like the pick are going to be, fine with their thoughts. Maybe he turns out to be awesome. Maybe he turns out to be terrible. But, there are strong opinions about this player, unlike almost any other player in the draft.
Yeah.
You don't see unanimous, strong opinions about players. Everybody's like, I really like him, or I don't. You know what I mean? But to have, there's not a player where a lot of people love him and a lot of people hate him. Nobody is more polarizing. And the Grizzlies ended up with Zach Edey last night after what was a very stressful first 8 picks of the draft. Devin Walker was there in Brooklyn watching it all play out. He's the microphone mangler, Senor Quasadilla, Mr. Math, Navo Joe, the reporter, the photographer. He's Chris.
Yeah, I was there. By the way, I got on the flight early this morning. I have a rule, Vernon.
Yeah,
we have a rule. Every flight organization from now on should make a rule, because I just had the most uncomfortable 2.5-hour flight of my life.
Oh.
If you have a big bag,
Devin,
you should have to buy 2 seats.
Oh, boy.
Bro, I spent the 2 hour.
My man got smushed.
Bro, I spent 2.5 hours in the aisle like this. Put the camera on me. I was like this.
Getting your knees
sideways.
So every time somebody walked by, I was like, yeah, bro, I'm not doing this. So Delta, Southwest, American, Allegiant, if you have it, you should make a checkbox. Is your bag
This guy is fattest. That's a new thing.
Wow.
That's a new thing. You are fattest.
Wow.
United, all y'all.
Yeah.
Kelsey Wright Johnson's here. She is
make a TikTok
Brampton's
video
finest. She is the Nordstrom Rack Trap Queen. She is Puerto Rico's favorite reporter. She is the ketchup chip connoisseur.
Zach Edey's closet.
Boiler Yeti.
Period.
How did you get a Purdue shirt by the show today?
Can I see your closet, bro?
I also-
Because it's every time something happens, she has a shirt to go with it.
And you hated on Edey leading up to the draft too.
Oh.
You hated on
Okay.
This isn't. Because I said it this
Hold
morning
on.
too.
Hold on.
I don't know how he's a good fit, but now that he's a Grizzly, I
Let's
will
go.
never not support anyone who's not on the Grizzlies.
Well, the
Let's go
Zodiac
real quick. Come
GM loves it. Thinks it's
Oh,
a
right.
great
Here comes
fit for our
Roser with
team.
his Zodiac
The
GM.
Zodiac GM loves it. Says the synergy is A+.
You guys want me to talk
what about John,
Tauruses, though?
A+.
It says
The Zodiac GM.
It
That's
says-
right. That's who Roser gets all his news from now. He
Zodiac GM.
has stopped believing in himself and starts believing in astrology.
yeah.
I'm an astrology person. I
You
love
are?
astrology. Oh, yeah.
Well, then the
I'll tell you all about
Zodiac,
yourself.
GM is for you too.
You will not like it, the fact that Stephon Castle also is like an A fit with Victor Wembanyama.
Oh, wow.
Because he's a Scorpio with a Leo moon.
Who got a bad Zodiac
who had the
fit
bad
last night,
Zodiac fit? Come on,
Roser?
report.
The Minnesota Timberwolves?
With Dillingham?
I think Dillingham was mixed. Terrence Shannon was only like a C+.
Oh, my goodness.
I think Utah. Utah.
Isaiah Collier.
Collier, yeah.
What? Because he's a brother going to Utah? That's
Yeah,
not fair.
That's pretty much.
That's not astrology.
That's like real life.
You know what?
That's life, bro.
That's actually
not
fair.
astrology.
That's life.
That's actually fair. That's actually fair.
The Knicks actually got a C+.
Oh, sorry. No. The Isaiah Collier is a good one. A+.
A+. Oh, my God. Isaiah Collier's going to be right at home in Utah.
Terrence Shannon is a C+. Terrence Shannon is a C+.
What is happening?
Whoever the Knicks got.
Roser loving Zodiac GM is my favorite subplot.
It's so random, too.
And so the only thing,
run the
hey,
Zodiac GM.
look, you have all these people that analyze the draft. You have Jonathan Gavoni, and you have Seth
None of that
Davis,
matters.
and you have Jay Billis, and you have Kevin O'Connor, and you have all these people that analyze it. Sam Bassini, they spend their whole life analyzing the NBA draft. And Roser cares about literally one opinion, and the only opinion he seeks out in when the Grizzlies took a player, the only thing Roser was going to care about was, what is Zodiac GM think?
Yeah.
Initially, that's the first thing you went to.
I'll say Zodiac GM called it out and said that Damian Lillard was not a good fit with the Bucks.
Oh my God, he did.
He was right.
Was not a good fit with the Bucks.
Oh wow.
Said not a good fit. Said Doc Rivers also not a good
Damian
fit.
Lillard-
Not a good fit.
Damian
Not a
Lillard's
good
a
fit.
Cancer, and they're very emotional.
Oh, is that right?
He does
yeah.
not like Bub Carrington. Does not like Bub Carrington to
What
the
is wrong with
Wizards.
you, bro?
Now that may be
Does
because he's
not
going
like-
to the Wizards.
Not like Bub Carrington
What's
to the
wrong with this
Wizards.
Does not
Yeah.
like Nikola Topic going to the Oklahoma City Thunder.
By the way,
Yeah, I don't like that
can we
either.
talk about this being the most random like player draft of all time? Like if you were to like line those dudes up, like the group
right.
photo. I know we got to talk
Just
about
take us through your night.
So I got to the arena at 3:45.
Okay.
The draft started at 8 o'clock.
Your flight was at 5 a.m. this morning?
6 a.m. this morning.
6 a.m. Okay. Oh, yeah, their time.
Yeah. So I got to the arena at 3:45.
Okay.
Because we had a walkthrough at 4 o'clock. So they tell us like what we can and can't be for the draft. That's gonna happen when we meet our players. We walk through things, do all that at 4 o'clock. That takes about 20 minutes. So it's 4:30, and I got 4 hours to kill, buddy. So I just walked through Brooklyn.
Oh, you left the arena?
Yeah, I just walked through Brooklyn.
And then just came
Wait,
back.
that's kind of nice.
Oh, I was
though.
gonna do it. Yeah, I walked through Brooklyn.
Did you see Jaron?
I did. So I doubled back like probably like an hour afterwards because I heard Jaron was on the red carpet. So I walked by. I saw Jaron. He was doing his interview thing. He saw me. He was like,
Who was he doing it for? NBA.com?
NBA.com. Yeah.
Okay.
He was interviewing players on the red carpet as they came in the arena. So he was doing that thing. I saw him as he was finishing up, and then I walked with him.
It's a good gig.
To his green room. Oh yeah. He enjoys it too, bro. Like that could
He
be
likes
his-
interviewing the players?
He enjoys the interview thing. Really enjoys the interview thing. Like he can have a future in.
Yeah, he's
like,
very,
like
the kid in New Orleans was doing that at the All-Star game.
Oh, yeah.
Trey Murphy.
Trey Murphy's good at it, too.
And running
Good
around and
personality.
asking people, yeah. Like these big personalities, unafraid to ask questions and mega likable.
Yeah.
So Jaron did a good job with
Did a
it.
good job. Then I walked with him afterwards, and he was telling me about his trip in Milan and Italy and all that
Oh,
crap.
Milan.
Yeah.
Rosa,
When I was
say
in
it.
Milan.
Say it.
When I was in Milan.
Milan.
He was
Oh,
like,
my
he was
God.
like, bro, I've really been off the grid for a while, bro. I'm like,
Oh, God.
Off the grid
come
in
on.
Milan.
He's like, now I'm like, oh, I'm back in it. It's so weird.
Has
Wow.
he been off the grid? He's been on Instagram every day.
Yeah,
Exactly.
did you ask him what it felt like to button a shirt? So now that he's back from Milan,
Right.
everything is just nipples out.
I mean, his nipples were out yesterday.
oh my God.
Sleeves were out. He had a
No, his nipples were not out yesterday.
okay. His arms were out. He had a cut off like little blazer going on, and he
It's
yeah,
fashion forward.
fashion for Jaron.
Icon.
Yeah, did that.
I'm just an icon living.
Talk.
Jaden Smith.
Yes, bro.
You like that?
That's a deep cut.
You like that?
That's crazy.
All right.
So talk to Jaron for a little bit.
What'd you do? What'd you walk around and do in Brooklyn?
Just walk, bro. Just
Go to
walk.
Bed-Stuy.
Just
Got your steps in?
yeah, got my steps.
you go to
I stopped
Marcy?
by a Jamaican food truck. Fire.
Love Jamaican food.
What'd you get?
Some like jerk chicken.
Yeah.
Gas.
Why not?
Gas.
Why
bro.
not us? Why not
Why
today?
not? Why not? So yeah.
There's
All
a
right. So
Jamaican
then,
food
so then
truck
you make
down
it
the
back to
street.
the arena.
That's
And
our guy.
what's at the
Don't
draft?
put that photo up.
What is that?
How dare you?
Oh my God!
Why would you do that?
I don't be
You talking to Donovan Kleiman?
Yeah, why would you do that? So yeah, after that, we fast forward, blah blah blah.
I didn't even like.
Hey, find out if John followed Kleiman on Instagram.
Good one.
Oh dang, that's
That
tough.
would be funny if he
Hold on.
did.
By the way, I showed Jared.
There was a big story yesterday. John Morant started following Donovan Kleiman on Instagram. You think he wants to follow a friggin' Portland Trailblazer, Donovan Kleiman?
Guess what?
What? He unfollowed him?
Well, you gotta do what you gotta do.
That's tough. I mean, Donovan Klingen's got to be like, damn, man.
Yeah, he doesn't follow him anymore.
That is funny
Y'all
as
follow
hell.
12, man. That's tough.
Let's
bro.
see if Klingen.
But remember, they didn't want Donovan Klingen.
They didn't want Donovan Kleiman. Yeah, they didn't want Donovan Kleiman. So after my Jamaican food truck run, it was great. Went back to the arena. Got ready for the draft, Verno.
Okay.
Big
He
ass
still
room.
follows Jaw.
He still follows John?
Yeah.
Of course. He's a superstar. We go to this big old room, right? Big room full of people. Everybody's getting ready for the draft. Big room. Getting excited, blah, blah, blah. So we just sit there and we're like, yo, the draft's about to start. And we're like, we're at 9. So we just sit down in our seat until pick 5 comes up.
What do they have? They have it on like a big screen?
Yeah, like not a big screen, like a medium-sized screen.
Who's in there? Just a bunch of picture takers like you?
Oh, dang, bro. I will say this, though.
He called
bro.
you a picture
Speaking
taker.
of picture takers.
But that's what you have to do with that thing. Tweeters.
Yeah.
Yeah, tweeters and picture takers and video people.
Yeah.
I will say this. If you look around this room, by the way, representation is not very much.
Oh.
When we talk about representation, we probably had the most diverse group. It was me, Shant, Mike Walls, and Blevins.
Yep.
We had the most diverse group out of all the teams. So shout out to us, by the way. So we sit there. We get up at 5, bro. We get up at pick 5.
Did people come up and ask you what's cool?
No, I will say this. The brothers in the room, I will say the brothers in the room did. We did all acknowledge each other. So my guy from the Spurs.
Oh, my boy Tarek from Miami. Was he
wasn't
there?
He wasn't there.
Man.
His video people were there. My people at the Charlotte. All the brothers in the room. We all.
Gotcha.
That happened. So yeah, we got to pick 5. And we get up and go to the big stage, and we see the Jake Fisher tweet, and we're like,
yeah,
that
tough night for Jake Fisher.
Yeah,
Oh my God, he
that
had
is
a
a tough night for Jake Fisher.
had
We're
a
doing the show
comment.
live at Southland,
Yeah.
and Kelsey says,
I did the same thing.
Jake Fisher reporting Grizzlies are trading with Charlotte.
And that was me.
You said it on the show?
Yeah, like it pops up on the timeline that
Yeah, I'm actually unfollowing him. I only followed him for yesterday.
Yeah, he tweeted that. So Blevins takes off, bro. He like grabs it, like they give him a vest, and he like takes off into the arena.
Because it's going to be
we
the
think-
6th pick.
We think the pick's about to happen, right?
Well, by the way, all right, so look, 1 through 3 played out exactly like everybody thought it was going to take place, right?
Yeah.
So it ended up not being shocking when Ricochet went number 1, when Sarr went number 2, when Shepard went number 3. 4, I think you probably saw some different guys in the mock, but again, nobody was surprised by the Stephon Castle thing with a guard that was added to the mix with Wembanyama. 5 threw everybody for the loop. Look, I take L's, I'm taking my W's too. You even asked, who is the guy that is going to go higher than is projected? What was my answer? Ron Holland.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah.
People will I said the G.G. Jackson thing will help. People will overlook the one season.
Yeah.
And then when he went number 5 to Detroit, that really threw the draft for a loop. And as we are doing the show at Southland, we're going every pick that is not Klingon
Is good.
is good, right?
Yeah.
And so now you're down to 6. 6, it's not a natural fit with Charlotte. And so it makes sense that if you are trying to get up, because there were already reports that he's not dropping past 7. So Charlotte was your chance. Charlotte was your chance to hop up. But Charlotte then moves down to 9. With the way things played out after that whole commotion, it made me believe that what happened here was, let's just say that was all true, and you were trying to get a deal done with Charlotte to be able to get up to 6, okay? Which, I mean, that had been rumored for a long time, that the Grizzlies, it was no state secret that Memphis was possibly interested in Donovan Kleiman. Our star point guard happened to follow him yesterday on Instagram. He is unceremoniously unfollowed already. So it gets to 6. 6 is a total wild card because they take the French kid and this is very, 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 I had PTSD on this, so reminiscent of the year where the Grizzlies traded they made the Steven Adams Valanciunas trade. Mm-hmm. They got the 10th pick, and the word was that they want Giddey or Franz. Mm-hmm. And this felt exactly like, in retrospect, the Giddey thing, where it's like, oh my God, nobody has this guy going 6. Nobody. And then he ends up going higher. And then last night, the thing that needed to happen, if this was to take place, was you needed them to take somebody that the Spurs weren't targeting, because the Spurs are the ones that are sitting there at 8, and they're the ones that are going to be in the way of whoever Charlotte wants. It feels like Charlotte took the French guy, and then they took him because they couldn't slide back to 9, because at 8 he would have gone to San Antonio. Yeah. They would have paired him up with his buddy Wembanyama. Mm-hmm. And so they would have taken 8. And the reason I say that is because, A, the way it played out, but B, they moved off of 8. So once their guy was off the board at 6, they made the weirdest trade. Yeah. Why are they moving out of 8? For something in the future, when they've got a young team, they've got one of the best young players in the world, you would figure, like, hey, man, you got 2 top 10 picks.
Yeah, another piece
you can hit this. Yeah. But their guy got taken at 6, and so they said, all right, we're just moving out of this, right? Yeah. And so they end up moving that pick to Minnesota. Anyways, we can go back. Now let's backtrack. 6 is rumored to possibly be the pick.
Blevins takes off to the arena. And I'm like, okay, let me go to this. So we have a room where like team content is. So I take off to that room to get ready because I'm like, yo, this is about to happen. Let's go, let's go. And I stop. And they're like, basically Capital pulled on the deal. Like, it didn't happen. And I'm like, no.
Were you sweating?
Yeah, I was like, wait, what? And they're like, yeah, it's just not going to happen. So I'm just like, okay, I guess we'll wait till 9 then. So I'm in this back room while other players are coming in and waiting for 9 to come. 7 happens. I saw Maggie. I gave her the bird. All
right, so for people that don't know what we're talking about, Maggie Yang, who is a dear friend of all of ours, is now the PR director in Portland. She is part of the PR staff in Portland. And we love Maggie, but we resent her now.
Yeah, last night I gave her. I gave her the bird last night.
She deserved it last night.
So 8 comes, and then the Grizzlies are on the clock. So I'm standing there. We're Grizzlies on the clock now. I'm like, yo, what's about to happen? So I'm standing there. I send the tweet. We're on the clock. So I'm watching the arena feed. I'm not in the arena. I'm on the backside. And then the pick happens, and then everything just floods in, bro. And I'm sitting there like, yo, wait, Zach, he's the only one not here.
Yeah.
So I'm like, everybody's following their players around. I'm like, I'll just go sit in this room and just.
You got to hang out.
You get to hang out.
Well, let's get that. Let's get into this. So 6, as I said, I think that probably threw the whole thing for a loop. If those reports had some validity to them, okay, which all makes sense. Everybody was saying throughout this thing, and look, the Grizzlies can keep quiet. What they cannot do is expect everybody else in the free world to keep quiet. And so the worst kept secret in the world was that they were trying to trade up from 9. Okay. So I think that's what happened, more than likely. Now, you have the choice there. Once it goes 6, was Salon, is that right? Was it Salon that went 6?
Yes.
Okay, Salon. Yeah, and then 7, now Kleiman is off the board.
Yep.
And you're not going to be able to move for him. 8 then becomes the Spurs have gotten their guy taken, so now they're moving off of it, and they take Dillingham, and now it gets to 9 with the Grizzlies. And you have the choice in the matter, which is now, am I going to use this pick? And I told you yesterday and throughout the week, the only thing that would shock me is if they stayed at 9 and just took a player at 9. I don't think any of us expected that. Zach Kleiman has always traded. Always.
Yep, all 5 years.
Nothing good. So I figured that's par for the course. And there were all these rumors about them trying to get up in this draft. So at 9, you have the opportunity then to either do what the Spurs did and say, you know what? The guy that we targeted wasn't there. And so now we're just going to move off of this, right? We're not just going to take somebody to take somebody. Or you have conviction about another player. And I will say this. Look, whether or not, we will see the way it works out. And Lord knows there's nobody in the free world that hopes it works out more than me. Okay? I do believe this. I do believe they had a conviction about Zach Edey and adding a center. We thought that they were going to this now that with the position that you are in, that this draft, this free agency, this trade season was going to be about improving the team, and that they were going to do that by filling needs. We're not in best available player mode, right? Like where it's like even if you had somebody ranked higher on your board. The other thing is this. We know that they have been very analytically driven in the past. Yes. Someone texted me last night and said Memphis is going to look at the Excel spreadsheet and they're taking Zach Edey. And I was like, yeah, right. And sure enough, it came to pass. They took Zach Edey. Yeah. And so the numbers did like Zach Edey. I told you about Kevin Pelton's article, that we talked about earlier in the week. And if you went back and looked at what Pelton had at that time, which was the analytics of it all, he had Reed Shepard, he had Donovan Clingan, he had Alex Sarr. Zach Edey was in the top 5 on his list of prospects and where they will, how they are going to translate to the NBA. And so you knew that there were at least on that, at that moment, you know that there are statistical projection models that favor Zach Edey. And I do think that they wanted a center. I know that. I mean, we all know they wanted a center. Now, whether that means that's going to be your center going forward or if this is like, hey, we have the opportunity to, whether or not he is your starting center that is playing 30-something minutes a night, that's probably not going to be the case, and they'll probably add somebody else. But it is more tools to be able to play different styles of basketball. And again, the good side of this is that if it works out, it works out. Massive. And the one thing that we know is that I have been worried that it's not a stylistic fit. But if I'm going to try to be, Mr. Positive about this, here's what I tell you. What has been the biggest problem for the Grizzlies when they have been very good and they have gotten into where they've played outstanding teams or they have gotten into the playoffs?
Half court
basketball,
yeah, he's
right?
Half court.
And he is an outstanding half court basketball player, right?
I saw the Grizz film
that's
guy.
what
he
he's
tweeted
for.
some stuff out today that would look really intriguing. The Grizz film guy who breaks down the film.
Oh, yeah.
He put some stuff up today, and I was like, okay, I can see.
Bro, they say he's a good screen setter, right? Well, anybody can evaluate screen setting.
Well, he takes contact well, and I think that's part of the screen setting.
He loves contact. I mean, I was reading an article last night, and it was talking about how much he loves contact, and if you don't like contact, you should go play chess or golf. And I was like, all right, maybe I like it.
My goodness.
I'm with it.
But I like golf.
Not the attitude.
I play golf.
They
I actually like
also,
chess.
from our guy Sean Coleman, said
I
in
love Sean
playoff
Coleman.
games,
I love Sean Coleman's
in
accent.
playoff games, teams that have played 10 or more playoff games over the past 4 years, the Grizzlies rank dead last in 2-point percentage.
You have to do that in Sean Coleman's voice.
That's what I told him.
Dead last in 2-point percentage.
There we go. Shout out Sean Coleman.
So when I tell you it is polarizing, I'm going to have to take off my shades so I can read. My eyes are so bloodshot. No, they're not. Here we go. All right, let's start with this rat fink Kevin O'Connor.
Rat Fink is a unique
Rat
name to call
Fink.
somebody.
We're going to be recording
Where
later
did
today.
you get that
Rat
from?
Fink?
Rat Fink.
Where does that come
Don't
from?
worry about it.
Brad Fink is one of the several hot rod characters created by artist Big Daddy. One of the origins of custom culture.
Yeah, it's like a phrase from the 1930s.
Rat Fink.
It's like a cartoon
For the
character.
19th, see?
Here we go.
All right.
So he posts this video. He goes, "This was not a circulated clip. The guy went out of his way and found me saying this."
And he even put subtitles on it too and everything.
Oh yeah, so that there was no confusing.
Yeah, he made sure.
If he goes 9 to Memphis, you'll never see me again, was what I said. Quote, "Some poor soul is going to take him high," Verno said. "If he goes 9 to Memphis, you'll never see me again." Verno, of course, was talking about Zach Edey, who is his Memphis Grizzlies selected with the 9th pick. God, I love this podcast. And by the way, Verno will fall in love soon. So will all Grizzlies fans. Edey is going from Braden Smith to Ja Morant playing point guard as his point guard. Morant will create easier shots for him than he's ever had before, and he's going to be supported on defense with some stout perimeter defenders and a former Defensive Player of the Year in Jaren Jackson Jr. There wasn't a better fit for Edey in the entire draft than Memphis. I wasn't sure it happened. The Grizzlies want to play fast, and they will, but it turns out they also want to be able to slow it down. And now with Edey, they'll be able to play any way they want to and both dictate matchups and respond to matchups in playoff settings.
Yeah.
All right, so there's one.
I'm with it.
All right?
I'm with it.
Seth Davis, number 1 on 5 picks I didn't like. Zach Edey. It pains me to say this because I'm an unabashed Edey fan. But the only thing more perplexing than him being drafted this high is the fact that the Grizzlies are the ones that took him. Edey has limitations on both ends of the floor, but his best asset at the next level will be the same one he possessed at college. Namely, as someone who can throw the ball to in the post so he can either score or get fouled. Yet, he is now being paired with one of the fastest point guards in the league in Ja Morant, a variety of speedy wings in Jaren Jackson Jr., Desmond Bane, Marcus Smart, Gigi Jackson. Where exactly does Edey fit stylistically with this group? His efficiency numbers show that he's not a good pick-and-roll finisher, and he will be a big-time liability on the defensive end. The question coming into this draft was whether Edey could play for any NBA team, but I did think he was a first-round worthy prospect who could be effective in small stretches. The idea that he would be selected this high never once entered my mind.
Well, damn.
All right.
There you
so
go.
There's that.
There's
now,
2.
And I told you, he is easily the most polarizing player that there is.
I hope
right?
you got the one with that girl.
in
What's
this
her name?
draft.
She said he's the worst pick in like draft history. You see that
And
one?
then she gave it a C.
No, she changed the grade.
And then she changed it to a D.
To a D.
Oh.
Which still would not be one of the worst picks
said
ever.
she said it was one of the worst picks in draft history.
Draft
you should give it
history.
an F.
Kristen Peak?
Yeah.
Is that right? From
Kristen
Yahoo?
Peek From Yahoo, yeah. She called it one of the worst picks in draft history.
No, we like it now.
History!
I like it.
I love the people that pan it. Yeah.
You like
Here we
what?
go.
I love the people that pan it.
Sam Vecini,
What up, Sam?
who I love.
Yes.
You want to know what Sam said?
I know
Sam
he
say?
loves it.
He's a numbers guy.
I would think
he's
loves
a numbers
it.
guy. He probably loves
I
it.
would think Sam likes it.
WWSS. What would Sam say?
What Sam?
Zach Edey has continually proved everyone wrong at every level. He was stuck behind everyone at IMG. He was outside the top 300 as a recruit. Is that true?
Yes,
Yeah.
bro. So I talked to
Outside the top 300?
So-
was he
what?
7'5"?
Yeah, he was. So Jaws got Trey posted. They posted a photo last night. Trey Draper coached him at IMG, and I texted him last night. I was like, bro, how was he at IMG? He was like, bro, he didn't play at all. He's like, bro, he was behind like 3 players at IMG.
Oh,
he never played.
But you have to also remember with these really tall guys, because I went through this when I lived with Kelly. When those tall guys have their growth spurts, they can't they have to
yeah, he
learn
was
how to
super clumsy.
control.
Kelly Olynyk?
Yeah. Like they have to. And
Wait, did he have a big growth spurt?
What, he's 7? Yeah.
I know but
yeah,
he was
yeah.
not he was not like one of
No.
those kids that was
No.
6'8" in
No.
freshman year.
He was a point guard in his up until grade 10.
Is that right?
Yeah. So when they have these growth spurts, and I know it sounds so stupid to people who are normal size, you have to learn how to use your body. So it wouldn't surprise me that in high school he wasn't the best or most coordinated, because you don't know how to use your arms when they grow. And I know it sounds like an excuse, but it's truly not.
No, it happened to me.
He just started hooping. That's crazy.
I totally relate.
I went
You were
through that with someone
4'8"
close.
and you grew to 5'2".
Bro. That's double bird.
That's double bird.
When I went from 5'8" to 4'8" to 5'2".
A lot of growth happened.
Don't get off me.
They said he just started hooping like 6 years ago, like 6-7 years ago.
Yeah, he's played basketball for 6 years.
Yeah. So
Sam Vecini continues.
Okay, sorry.
yeah.
His ability to transition to the NBA has been doubted. There are doubters. Yet here we are, two-time National Player of the Year seasons later, and Edey keeps getting better. He's in unbelievable shape for a player his size in a way that allows him to take full advantage of his gifts. He has skills that will work in the NBA. He's going to be a killer rebounder, monster screener, and will consistently establish position even against some of the stronger players in the NBA. I'm not saying he's going to seal off Joel Embiid every time down the court, but most 7 foot or shorter will have issues dealing with his height and his strength. His pro success comes down to his continuing to improve his movement ability and is continuing to maximize his ability to get up and down the court on defense. He needs to not let ball handlers turn the corner on him and drop coverage and maintain extremely tight angles. I'm not doubting Edey. I'm done doubting Edey. Even as an NBA player, he's exceptionally tough, and intel suggests his work ethic is excellent.
Because he's a Taurus.
He's an unbelievable competitor who desperately wants to win. He plays with an edge that allows him to overcome a lot of perceived deficiencies in his game. I can't quite shake the questions I have on his ability to significantly impact the playoffs, but I couldn't quite get him into the lottery. But I think he carves out an NBA role and sticks around for a while. John Hollinger, former front office member of the Memphis Grizzlies, writes the following. Zach Kleiman didn't trade up! ! Should we have a ceremony to mark this occasion? It's also a bit of a surprise that the Grizzlies reached for Edey with the 9th pick. Certainly filling the center position was a need for Memphis, but the Grizzlies had holes on the perimeter that could have been filled by the likes of Devin Carter or Montas Buzelis. It will be interesting to see how Edey's plotting style fits with a Memphis team that likes to push the pedal to the metal. All right. There you go. There's what Hunter said. So, look, we have had it on both sides. We have had my brother-in-arms, Kevin O'Connor, who absolutely loves it and thinks the fit is great. We have had Seth Davis, who said this pick doesn't make any sense. We have had Sam Vecini, who said, I do have questions, but I also think he is going to be very good at these things, and I'm done doubting this guy because I've doubted him a long time, and he keeps getting better. And then we have Hollinger, who is, exhibiting some of the same questions, which is, how is this going to work? And I think that was the genesis. None of us ever said that Zach Edey's not any good.
No.
Yeah.
It has always been about how does he fit with that?
Yeah.
How does he fit with a team that flies up and down the court and is playing pace and space and wants to get you into those kind of and that is when they are at their best. They have been at their worst in the half court, which was documented. Now maybe this will address that. Maybe all of a sudden. But I mean, we never thought, and one of the reasons that Kleiman was always somebody that we talked about, and so they say, at least reports are, that they fancied, was because he is the more archetype role player. He is the kind of guy, you know exactly what he does, right? He defends, he sets screens, he finishes at the rim, he blocks shots, he passes and keeps the ball moving to better players. Zach Edey is a 1980s center. It's what he is.
Back to the basket.
No, I mean, and it's like, are you now running plays for the? I don't think anybody thought that the Grizzlies were going to attain a player that you have to run plays for. Is that fair?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, right? Is he going to be like? I mean, is he going to play like Steven Adams? Is he going to play like we figured that the center position on this team was a role player role. Because you have John Morant, because you have Desmond Bane, because you have Jaren Jackson, because you have all these wings, right, that are out there, it's like, where do you fall on the pecking order? You knew when you looked at shot attempts at the end of the game, there would be the follow-ups or whatever, but, the brilliance of Steven Adams was he offensive rebounded the ball and then he threw it back out, right? And so you always thought that, much like Derek Lively is a role player, right? Like sometimes you might get 6 shots in a game, sometimes you might get 12 shots in a game. Can Zach Edey be good without taking shots?
I think so.
That's the question, right?
Because I think about at Purdue, the players weren't. No offense to Purdue, the players weren't as good. So of course, like
No question.
I'm the dude in the middle. I got to be good, right? So now you playing with Ja, Jaren, Dez.
Well, the other thing is,
Now
are you just going to be
fit
there
in.
at 7'5" and he can just finish everything that Ja?
I was going to
He's
say.
a great offensive
rebounds.
rebounder. You just clean anything
There's
up.
2 things on this,
Or
right?
just
Which is set the screen and roll to the basket, but he did not finish on pick and rolls well in college.
No, he didn't.
But he had more defensive eyes on him too. Like we'll be spaced out a lot better.
Understood. I also look with any of the big plotting centers, and this has been my thing with with Rudy Gobert when the Grizzlies played against him. It's like I watch it sometimes. I watch a lot of these teams, and I'm like, bro, get out of the way.
Yeah.
Get out of the way.
No, it's true. Anthony.
Your
Edwards, like-
defender is next to the rim because he will not leave away from the rim because he has no reason to leave away from the rim.
Yeah, that is going to be a thing for Edey.
Now-
Hopefully he can develop a...
Well, this is the trick, and this is why this, if you're trying to convince yourself it can work, you think about it this way. The way to draw said guy away from the rim when he otherwise would not is that if you are always the guy setting that high screen, the pressure that Morant puts on you, that then makes you make a choice in the matter, that's where you can clean up everything. And so there's no question theoretically should be able to finish above the rim.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to jump to finish above the
You guys
rim.
saw that clip of
He
him
cut the
cutting-
net.
It's crazy.
Cut the nets without moving.
But he should be able to finish above the rim in a way that Valanciunas and Steven Adams could not. But he is much more in that type of mold, and we were always in favor of, bro, get the lively type.
Yeah.
There are 2 different types of centers.
Yeah.
You've either got the plotter guy or you've got the athlete guy.
Well,
we've always thought,
We
like,
do have Brandon.
come on, he's not a center.
He's not a
though.
center.
I'm
He's
just
not
saying
a center.
he plays the 5 for us. On
I
the
got it.
offensive end.
I got it. Also, we also get smoked on the board.
I'm just saying we can't forget that we have him.
I know.
I love BC,
We have him.
but yeah.
Here's the other thing. Brandon's not playable with him.
No, it would be one of the
I
other.
know.
It's like when we play
non-shooters.
OKC, we have Brandon. When we play Minnesota, we have Edey.
So Edey, I hope when you land here, bro, there's a gym right there. Get that shot going.
No, they can go small and they can go big, right?
that- yeah.
And that's what it gives you. It gives you optionality when it comes to that, right? And here's hoping. Here's hoping it works.
I got faith, man.
We ride
Give us
for
a
him
good
now.
15, 17 minutes a game. I still think there's some stuff in the chamber we got to do. Give me one more. Give me one more big man. Because I think he can play, 15, 17? He ain't going to play 30 minutes. Give me 18 minutes a game. Maybe 20. Maybe 22?
Maybe 25. Maybe 30.
No, I don't
Yeah,
need all
I'm
that.
kidding.
Yeah. But
I'll tell you this: it is
there's gotta
crazy
be something else coming
that
behind
people
this.
have such differing opinions. I mean, if it works, it's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yes.
If it works, it's
Oh, yeah.
amazing.
It's a hit for sure.
And what we have to hope is also, and this is one of the things that I'd be remiss if I did not mention, he also has to buck the trend of
The
vet big man.
Yeah, the vet big man. Yeah.
Yesterday we said, when we were talking about going into the draft, Hollinger had written, drafting a senior big man you might as well just set your money on fire. But look, there are always outliers.
Wait, why?
And you've got to hope that there's an outlier. Go look up and down the NBA.
Yeah.
You won't find them.
Like the Tyler Hansbroughs of the world, the Sean Mays, them dudes that played in college for a while. They
It's
usually
just the history.
The
of it. They just
Ebke
don't
Udo.
translate.
Ebke Udos, yeah.
Like big guys that have been in college.
4 years. Don't.
Yeah, the ones. It's always the ones that have been there for a year, maybe 2 years.
Yeah.
In the rare exception, you might find 3 years. This is just, and it's weird because he went back to college.
Yeah, got his bread
after his junior year.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying he went back to college because he wasn't going to get taken last year.
Yeah.
And it's like the young guys are all the ones that you look up and down the NBA, and you're just not going to find it. Now you could say, well, that's because none of them stay, which is true.
Mm-hmm.
None of them do stay.
Yeah.
But he did, and he destroyed everyone.
He was
for 2 straight years.
Monster.
He did. No, I mean, look, the numbers are numbers. The guy averaged 25 and 12.
They sent us his awards, bro.
Oh, his Wikipedia pages.
It's like a stack. Like you got to roll that joint out.
No one has ever denied He is an amazing college player.
This is how big.
There's no defensive 3 seconds in the in college.
That's the thing I was worried about too.
This is
you
also.
can just
you just stand in front of the basket.
do this.
This is how
big.
big of a star he is, though. Like he's
No
a
pun intended.
He's a legit star. You turn on ESPN this morning, the bottom line across the screen, there are 2 things on there about the NBA draft. The first one is
Brawny.
France, 4 players taken in the first round. The second one is 2-time player of the year, Zach Edey, goes 9 to the Grizzlies.
Oh,
Those
look.
are the only 2 things on there about the NBA
I
draft.
even texted all of my buddies from the Ringer last night because I was on a group text with them. And I said, look, I am hosting this thing at like a live event for the draft. You guys were there. Crowd went crazy.
Crowd went crazy for him.
Yes.
Oh, you
I love
cannot underestimate college fame. College fame is real.
Oh, trust me.
I had people
Vernon,
asking
College
me-
fame is real.
You should have saw our mentions last night. Trust me, I know.
I mean, and this guy was in the Final Four, and like, you know what I mean? Like, he was.
Tennessee fans came for our necks last night.
Tennessee
Oh,
fans
for
very-
not taking Dalton Connect.
Yeah,
Bro, there
very
was so
upset about
like there's
that.
message boards this morning saying the Grizzlies should not be a team anymore. Like they're mad, bro.
They didn't-
Bad culture fit for Tennessee fans to have to root for LA Lakers.
Exactly. That's
Yeah, bad
complete-
culture fit.
That's not y'all's kind of people over there.
Yeah,
I
they
promise
wanted to
you.
be able to bitch about the Grizzlies not playing him. And let me say this: if I'm being fair about the Edey thing, it is infinitely being so polarizing and us having no idea how it's going to work out or how it's going to play out. Even if I have severe questions about it, that makes it so much more fun.
Yep.
Than taking like a wing that doesn't really play for you. Like, dude, this dude is going to play, and it's going one way or the other. But that makes it so.
Look at eyes.
It's so much more interesting.
Yeah.
So much more
And
interesting.
it is also so much more interesting because he is 7'4".
I know.
Yeah.
300
The
pounds.
giant.
And he runs faster than Donovan Kleiman, which is
Dude,
insane.
They said what? It's 7'3" and 3/4 without shoes.
Don't act like we don't
right?
have your video of you imitating his run.
I'm gonna do it again.
They say he's the heaviest guy in the NBA now,
But
right?
He's the heaviest.
Yeah, he's the
wait,
heaviest
what about
guy.
Boban?
They said he's the heaviest guy. I don't know.
How big is Boban? Boban Marinovic.
Nope, 291. Our guy's 300. He's the heaviest guy in the NBA.
And
It says
hey,
Zion's
somebody,
285.
somebody in the chat just brought up a really good point. I thought about this last night. He could probably get us a bump for social side.
No question.
No, Chinese engagement too.
Oh yeah.
So
His mom is like born of Chinese immigrants. Like he's like
we finna.
he's him and his
Tap
mom. Because I had a
in.
bunch of people reach out from home, and him and his mom are both a really big part of. I'd have to look it up, but it's like the Toronto Chinese. Like there's like a big. Club.
At what point did you have an awareness of Zach Edey as a Canadian native?
When he was in 9th grade.
No.
I worked the BioSteel All Canadian game. I've talked about that before.
The what?
BioSteel All Canadian. It's like your American.
McDonald's All American?
Yeah. So I did
The BioSteel.
BioSteel.
Oh, That's,
It's like
that's a good
sports
name.
drink.
I like that.
BioSteel.
It sounds like something from a movie.
Do you guys have
You know?
BioSteel here?
No.
Oh, it's like a sports drink.
BioSteel.
Oh.
Oh, we have that. What's the name has on the jerseys? There's a team that has a patch, a BioSteel patch.
I've never seen it.
Hold on.
How is there an energy drink that Roser doesn't?
No, it's not. It's like a recovery drink. Like a,
Sounds
like
just talking
a
about
Yeah,
a
it's the
Canadian
Sixers.
drink.
Sixers.
Why would I know about a Canadian
Sixers have it
drink?
on their jerseys. I knew I've seen it before.
Oh.
Yeah. Shout out to the
it's,
Zest gang.
It's Canadian.
Shout out to
It
the Zest
seems,
gang.
it seems like the name of a company that like a wormy bad guy,
Yeah.
uses in
BioSteel.
Minions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they don't know about my BioSteel.
Yeah, apparently the Lakers the Lakers replaced Gatorade as their official drink now too.
Oh, is that
So they're
right?
drinking that BioSteel.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm on
BioSteel's
that
good.
bio.
Anyway, so we have the regular BioSteel game, which I covered for years. That's where I interviewed like Lou Dort and all those guys.
Right.
Then there's a futures game, which is like the 8th and 9th graders.
Okay.
So I never covered that one because it didn't really go on TV.
Yep.
But he was in that game as a 9th grader. So like I
Was
watched
he a
him.
giant?
Yes.
Oh, he was a giant
Oh,
from
he's been
8th or
massive
9th
for
grade.
a long time.
He wasn't like 7'4", but he was like in the 6s when everyone else is still in like the low 6s, you know? He was like high 6s. He was huge.
Is his dad present?
Yeah.
What, is he a monster? I don't, you know, again,
No.
do we always do deep
I
dives
don't
on these
think-
guys that we drafted, right?
I
Who
don't-
is Zach Edey's dad? Was he a basketball
so after
player?
he won, he hugged his mom. Okay, let's see. Julian Glenn Edey, he was
His
6'3".
mom is 6'3".
Yeah, his mom is yeah.
Good grief.
His mom was 6'3", and she was born to Chinese immigrants in Toronto, where she grew up and played basketball.
Yeah,
his
dad.
father is
Here's
white.
a picture of his mom and his dad.
Is his dad gigantic?
No.
No, not really.
What the heck?
Yeah, he's not.
Maybe
really.
it's a grandpa or something, or maybe he's just a.
Like that's his mom and dad.
Yeah,
his dad's tall. His dad's tall.
About
But
6'3"
6'3" mom is. I mean,
Yeah, there.
seriously, how many 6'3" women do you know that aren't in the WNBA?
They just like walk around the world. Like,
Yeah.
Not really.
Do you know any? I don't know one woman
that don't hoop. Yeah.
I don't know any 6'3"
It looks like
women.
his dad's probably like
though?
6'5". Like if she's 6'3", his dad's probably 6'5"-ish.
You see the video of him skating as like being 6'1"?
Yeah, he's a Toronto Maple Leafs
Play
fan.
the video, y'all.
Oh, he's a
That's why
Toronto-
the footwork stuff. I'm not because if you. You
Oh
play
no,
hockey,
he's got moves.
Look at that.
No, he's got
Look at that
moves.
boy skating. I'm like, okay.
He's a real Canadian boy.
He's also got post moves.
Yeah.
Again, nobody posts up in the NBA.
No, that's what I'm saying. When we talk about setting screens.
But he has post moves.
They said, they said his lane agility, all his lane agility, combine stuff was all more athletic than Kleiman's was.
We're going to find out. We got
Someone in the chat said he measured faster than Donovan Kleiman.
He
in
did.
the-
He did. On the
did?
sprint, he did.
And everything in the lane, your lateral quickness, his straightforward quickness, no, but his lateral quickness in the lane.
He also smoked him in the national championship game.
He did.
Like that happened.
Like, what, 30?
It's all about how you fit in the NBA.
I did think we'll get to the climate stuff, but I did think one of the things he said is that it was pretty simple. Was you have to pay attention to him. Like you've got to account for him on the court. Like when we're
no
out
way
there with
around
the
that.
guys, you have
You're
to
7'4", bro.
We got to see you, bro.
And you watch some of those highlights, dude. When he dunked, he is violent. How he dunks, like he does not just go, just drop the
No,
ball.
he's not a
and
shrinking
run to the court,
violent.
man.
That's what we love.
That's why. Look, even me, as someone who threatened to end my life on the FedEx Forum steps if they took Hasheem Thabit, don't throw Thabit at me. This guy is not.
No, he is not Thabit.
This guy, look,
Nah, he's not Thabit.
and this cannot be in that category.
No.
We knew Hasheem Thabit was gonna suck. We knew it
From day one.
I never told you this guy is gonna suck. I told you it
fit.
doesn't make sense as a Grizzly.
Yeah.
And I don't know what he's gonna be in the NBA. I don't know.
No,
He's not going to
Edey's-
suck.
Edey's
That's-
like-
he's not going to suck in the
Edey's
NBA.
like wallpaper on his phone is like quotes from like people hating on him. Like he
Yeah.
uses that as motivation. There's an interview after a game on CBS where they're like, "How did you guys come back and respond?" And he said, "Cause me and my team were effing winners."
Yeah.
That's the stuff I mess with.
Yeah.
And the big part too, which we had the issue with last year, which I loved.
Like Thabit was always a shrinking violet.
Right,
We knew.
right.
We saw him. Literally, DeJuan Blair body slammed him on ESPN
Almost broke
in a
his
Big
arm.
East
Yeah.
game.
And all you heard the
Shout
beat
out
do was,
Pittsburgh. Shout out Pittsburgh. But the thing about him too, he plays, bro. Like durability wise.
Yep.
Like he didn't
didn't miss games.
Didn't miss games.
And he
that's-
doesn't have an injury history.
He plays heavy minutes.
You know what's interesting about the
Just give me 20 and I'm fine.
about the injury thing?
Yeah.
I was thinking about this morning because I don't know if you guys saw this on the draft last night, but Jonathan Gavoni was on there, and Dalton Connect ended up going 17 to the Lakers.
Lakers, yeah.
Way further than any. People thought that he might go from 6 to 10.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So he was the biggest dropper last night. Gavoni said that he had multiple GMs texting him during like what did we miss? What is going on? Like they didn't know if he was med flagged or like what why is this guy falling?
Right.
What is going on? And I was like, that's kind of crazy, right?
Yeah.
Kind of crazy that like there was no like
Did ageism get him?
there was no real reason.
Ageism is crazy.
Ageism may have gotten him.
Maybe, but there was no like
What is he, 23?
obvious reason
Nah, there was no like, yo. it
as
was-
to why like that he was falling in the draft.
Don't tell Tennessee fans that.
It was very odd.
Yeah, he's 23 years old. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jerry Reddick said he saw a lot of himself in him, kind of thing.
All right, we're gonna play what Zach Kleiman said about last night, the way last night played out, and the Zach Edey pick. We're gonna kind of go through it in the way that we do, listening to the questions and answers, and then we'll make our comments on it. We'll get to the Kleiman stuff on the other side. Chris Vernon Show.
Shall we talk about our favorite NBA Finals MVPs? Number 3 is a little bit of Canadian history because it's the first and only NBA championship that the country as a whole has. I'm going to go with Kawhi Leonard's second Finals MVP. I still get my little heart warm even thinking about it, and I was there watching every game. IMHO with Lang Whitaker and me, Kelsey Wright Johnson, on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
I think we have the college basketball title futures. UConn's #1.
I really like Houston. I'd have them winning it all, but You can't be giving Drake jerseys. What is wrong with you?
Maybe the Drake curse is stronger in college basketball.
How long has he been riding with Kentucky?
He wore an Alabama jersey and Saban retired.
The Odds Couple with Rob Fisher, Lang Whitaker, John Roser, and CJ Hurt live Thursdays at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
What's her name? Susie, the one with the steamboat.
Susie had a steamboat. The steamboat had a bell. Ding, ding. The Susie went to heaven. The steamboat went to hello, operator. Please give me number 9. And if you disconnect me, I'll kick you from behind the refrigerator.
There was a piece of glass. Miss Susie sat upon it and broke her little.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Looking for a full court dining experience? Dribble over to Southland Casino Hotel, your ultimate gaming oasis in West Memphis. As a proud sponsor of the Memphis Grizzlies, we're inviting you to savor the flavors at our 8 incredible dining venues. Ignite Steakhouse is where culinary excellence gets grilled. Indulge in charcoal grilled steaks and farm-to-table favorites perfectly paired with wine or handcrafted cocktails. Enjoy an all-access buffet experience at the kitchens or revel in comfort food and Southern classics at the Fry House. If casual is more your thing, sample the innovative fare at Seasons Cafe, while Chairman's Bar and Charred Oak Bourbon Bar serve up cocktails and live concerts every week. For those on the go, The Grind is your one-stop coffee shop with gourmet brews and grab-and-go goodies. And of course, we can't forget the Sports Bar and Grill, where you can catch all the Grizzlies action with the best pub fare in town. At Southland Casino Hotel, we've got the perfect dining experience for you, so come on down and ignite your taste buds today.
Must be 21 plus. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
LifeCare Ambulance is proud to be an official partner of the Memphis Grizzlies and FedEx Forum. At LifeCare, they wear their hearts with pride. Their passion is their people. They want you to love what you do and where you do it. Their employee-driven culture encourages a healthy work-life balance and supportive work environment. They invest in your success and well-being so that you can provide the best care for the patients that they serve. Join the incredible team of EMTs and paramedics in Memphis, Nashville, and across the nation today. Learn more at lifecareamb.com.
If you look at it as far as the number 9 pick over the years, there's been some pretty good players that have surfaced at number 9. Of course, Dirk Nowitzki, who won a championship. There's been a lot of great guys, but who knows if there is a great guy in this draft.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizzbeat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
The Indiana Fever have to do something. You cannot let her get hit like this.
No.
Because it's not just you're allowing people to think this is okay. It's you're allowing her to think that you don't have her back.
Yes.
Like whatever you think of her on a personal level, she is wherever you're going. If you're a member of that franchise, wherever you're going, it's where she's taking you.
The Gary Parrish Show, live weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Anticipate each challenge. Make a quick response. Capitalize on every opportunity. And win. Greatness won't wait. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle. Play hard. Bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by August 31st. And you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
The Grizz Girls are no ordinary dance team. They're known across the NBA for setting the standard for world-class dance and entertainment. From hip-hop to jazz, the Grizz Girls do it all. And they're looking for talented dancers with dynamic personalities to join the team. Do you have what it takes to join a premier NBA dance team and entertain Grizz Nation both on the court and in the community? Visit grizzlies.com/auditions now for more information and show us what you've got at open auditions Saturday, July 13th.
Back to the Chris Vernon Show on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Presented by Caesars Sportsbook. Now, back to your host, Chris Vernon.
At the jungle, man, we at the mud. Like, keep it moving, man, we on the run. Hey, been the struggle, but we ain't done. Yeah, been the struggle, but we overcome. Hey, at the jungle, man, we at the mud. Like, keep it moving, man, we on the run. Hey, been the struggle, but we ain't done. Keep on swinging, never know when we gon' land right. Hit you with the left uppercut, say goodnight on the canvas. You not know who the man is. Everybody got a plan until the punch landed, you know? I'm a rose.
All right, we're back. Chris Vernon Show. All right, so we were just talking at the break about what number Zach Edey could possibly wear, and now Kelsey Wright Johnson has now brought up as possibilities 9 and 33, which happened to be Tony Allen and Marc Gasol, which is horrible.
She said, "Oh look,
funny,"
because he can't wear 15 because it's Brandon Clark.
Right.
You know my opinion.
What, he'll play one-on-one for it?
No, you have to wear 0. Nobody believed in me.
The big man zero. The big man zero is crazy.
Big man 0 would be amazing.
Double zero.
And then they like 99, which has got the hockey.
Wayne Gretzky.
And he was drafted 9th, but he can't wear 9.
Or you go 55. You go the double nickel.
For what?
I don't know.
That's Lorenzen, right?
That's nothing.
Yeah, Lorenzen, bro.
Lorenzen wore 42 here.
So you do like Greg Ostertag, go 0-0 or 0?
Yeah, I like 00.
The big 0-0 in Grizzlies.
I just want one. I just want the single 0.
Yes, you mean like I want like.
What, is
Nobody
38?
believed in
he
me.
wore 38 in the Canadian Classic.
Please
Oh
don't
my
wear,
God.
No.
38.
Or just wear something.
That is
I'm telling
outrageous.
you what numbers he wore in hockey.
Please don't wear 38. That is a nasty number, bro. 38.
That's like my boy Conchar, 46.
Yeah, I was going to say, or Edey, like, what if he becomes...
Conchar's number is the most underrated, hilarious thing ever.
I was going to say Edey should wear, like...
a linebacker.
I was going to say Edey should wear the
Like a
reverse of
backup
that.
running back number, bro.
Wear 64. Just wear something ridiculous.
So
Wear a
we've
hockey
had,
number.
in our franchise history, we've never had a number 38.
Oh, you could do 74 because he's 7'4".
Yeah, you can do that.
There have only...
We had two 00s in our franchise history.
There have only
Darrell
been-
Arthur.
Yeah.
And
do a Javaris Crittenden.
Benoit Benjamin in 1996.
Oh, Benoit Benjamin. Benoit.
My bad.
He made him French.
I made him French.
Benoit Benjamin.
I saw Chris Benoit's name. I saw his first name.
Oh.
Whoa.
You said 38. You saw him wearing 38 in one picture.
Yeah.
There have
In
been
his-
11 players in the history of the NBA and ABA who have worn the number 38.
Don't do
With a
your
dumb number.
11.
don't do yourself like that.
Saban Lee is the most recent.
Oh my God! You can on the Purdue NIL store. You can buy the Big Maple Zach Edey hockey jersey.
The big maple.
The Big Maple?
We got to find a better nickname than that.
The Big Maple hockey jersey. Oh, Dev, you have to buy this.
The Big
Does
Maple?
it say Big Maple on the back?
Big Maple.
Oh,
Dev, you have to buy
It's a
this.
Purdue jersey with Big Maple on the back.
Big Maple is
Devin,
tight.
you have to
I'm
wear
gonna have to do that. Hey, Darnell, can we expedite that right now?
Big
It's
Maple.
$120, Darnell.
I need it for tomorrow.
Big Maple.
That's a giveaway item right there. Dude,
When is he coming in?
Zach Edey hockey jersey.
The plan is tomorrow?
Because round 2 is tonight.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be tomorrow.
Yeah, so for everybody that usually tunes in is like, hey, he always has the draft picks on. Like, they're not here. So because the draft is 2 days long, they're
Yeah,
doing
look
everything
at this.
different.
Oh,
Big
yo, can I? Hey,
That's
Darnell,
crazy.
expedite that right now, please. I need that to
need
work
it.
tomorrow.
The Big Maple.
Shout out to the Big Maple.
That's crazy. All right.
Oh, look at this.
What? What else do you have?
Oh, come
There's
on,
an
look.
exclusive release.
Just Tall.
It says "Just Tall" in quotes on the back. Oh,
Look,
that's
Dev,
good.
Dev,
So you know what that means,
That's
then, right?
good.
He fits in perfect because he knows that people just say like, "Yo,
just tall.
Oh, yeah.
That's great.
chip on the shoulder,
Chip on the shoulder.
chip on the shoulder."
Chip on the shoulder. All
Let's
right.
go.
So, hey, look, the second round is going to be going on this afternoon. Grizzlies have 39. They also have 57.
Seven?
Okay,
Yeah.
57.
Yeah, 57.
Okay, so 39. So, look, if they are going to draft 39th, who knows if they'll try to trade up from there or what. I've got you a little help
What you got?
just in case. So yesterday I told you that I got the text that said Memphis just drafts off the spreadsheet.
You have the spreadsheet.
That's sicko.
Well, I mean, here's the stat guy. Here's the stat.
Oh, you acquired the spreadsheet?
No, here's the stat. Not theirs.
Oh, okay.
But the statistical analysis. So look out for these names: Johnny Furphy.
Yep.
I mean, he's still in the green room, Vernon. So
Cam Christie.
Who is that?
From Minnesota. I think it's Max Christie's brother.
Okay.
Maybe.
wait, what's his name again?
Cam Christie.
Cam
might be. What if he's Chris Christie's grandson?
That fat ass.
Oh my God.
All right.
Actually, yeah, he is.
Thank you. Johnny Furphy, Cam Christie, Carlton Carrington.
Oh.
Nah, we good on that name.
You don't like
Kyle Filipowski. Jalen Wells from Washington State.
Give me the UCLA kid.
Okay, look, I told you, if you look down here, Adem Bona.
Yeah.
That's Tyler Kolick, your little TJ McConnell from Marquette. Little TJ McConnell action. Tyler Kolick.
Did you see that story about him doing a 7% on the Wonderlic test? He can't because he can't read or something.
Who?
Do you see that?
Tyler
Was
Kolick.
that fake?
Chris, don't do that.
Was that real? What's his name? Tyler Kolick?
Kolick.
I could have sworn I saw a thing on Twitter that said
They
his.
don't take the Wonderlic for basketball.
Bro, this thing says breaking. Okay, let's see it.
It's a parody account.
Oh, it's definitely okay.
How dare you?
You trying to say that the kid can't read?
Yeah, it said expect him to go undrafted because he can't read. I'm dead ass. I'm dead serious.
That's so stupid.
This is dead. Look.
That's who reported it.
But no, it's a fake account.
Okay.
Why would you go out of your way to report that about him?
Because it's funny.
It's a very random person to report that.
Because he's the new TJ McConnell. Tyler Kolick.
My
All right.
bad, Tyler,
Look,
bro.
of the guys that are on there too.
He can read.
My bad.
You got a couple. You got, if you want to go awesome college player, Kevin McCullough is still around.
Yeah, Kansas.
If you want to go just draft a Kentucky guy, the Justin Edwards guy who was an amazing high school player. So if you want to do the G.J. Jackson, he was great in high school thing. And then the other, the college ones, like the great college players, Jamal Shedd at Houston, who is a backup point guard, and KJ Simpson from Colorado, who is a backup point guard. You got three. I mean, you do have backup point guards that are on this. If you are talking about filling needs, and you're going to need a second or third guard, Tyler Kolick, KJ Simpson, Jamal Shedd, those guys are all still on the board. Those are guys that are like still on here. And then obviously the statistical guys I gave to you as possibilities if it's just, who's the next guy on the spreadsheet. Last night, Zach Kleiman spoke to the assembled media in FedEx Forum about the Zach Edey pick. All right, let's hear what he had to say.
Fine. Look, there's no denying the resume that Edey has. This organization has always prioritized cultural fits as well. I'm assuming that you had the opportunity to visit with him. What was it about him over and above his basketball skills that make you feel that he is a strong cultural fit for the Memphis Grizzlies?
Yeah, this is Zach Edey is a particularly special fit, I think, for this group. In getting to know him, we're talking about someone whose competitiveness is through the roof, care factor through the roof, no ego, just wants to win. Development focused, year-over-year track record of actual improvement. When we talk about the DNA of this team and what we're trying to build out, Zach Edey to a T is that definition. We could not be more thrilled to land him in this draft.
All right, let's stop with that. Roser, do you think it's possible that Zach Kleiman follows the Zodiac GM account?
I mean, he might.
I'm sure Kleiman has a burner out there.
He said he is a particularly strong fit.
I will say,
they're big on personalities.
We will say this. The clip that was going around from Edey Muse last night that had him after one of their tournament games where he had 40 and 16, and he said, They think they know us, but they don't know us. We're effing winners. And he's yelling that on CBS. I mean, that is that's a cultural fit.
And I will
say, he also screamed, "I got a boner" after they won the.
Wait, that's real?
Yeah.
Oh.
Are you sure? Are you just?
No, that's actually this is
Are you
actually
just
real.
living on fake accounts?
I found the video.
Tyler Coley can't read, and Zach Edey said, "I've got a boner."
No, I saw this. I saw the video. I saw the video of him saying it.
He said, "I have a boner."
Do you want me to play the video for you?
Yes.
I would also like to see this.
Because I triple checked that one because I saw the graphic.
He said, "I have a boner."
Give me a second,
Pause it. You couldn't
Verno.
have said something else.
Okay, if I would have known this prior to the draft, I would have been much more favorable, don't you? The guy said, "I have."
Listen.
I got a boner.
I got a boner.
What is that in a post game?
They're like celebrate. I think they're celebrating the Big Ten championship.
It's
or
not like
something.
a microphone's like. It's not like It's not like the Allie LaFleur is like.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like she's.
See
like,
this?
He said, "I've got a boner."
Who did?
All right.
See, don't try to put smut on me.
Again, me not having all of the available information.
Right.
Is it possible?
I would have traded up for him.
Is it possible that was a discussion in the Grizzlies war room? Draft the guy that said he had a boner.
I say yeah, right?
I agree.
Yeah.
Who after you win a basketball game, that's the first thing you say.
Yeah. I've got a boner.
I've got a boner. I'm with it.
He is a particularly great cultural fan.
As
Hey, we need to
far-
clip that. He is a particularly great cultural fan.
I've got a boner.
Don't clip that.
Don't clip that,
I
bro.
mean, we do. Our team does act like kids.
Yeah.
Like they do.
I mean, so that's perfect, right? Then you saw the photos of him yesterday, bro. He got the 4-letter word, Verno.
So
the 4-letter word.
Swag.
No, bro. This is not 2008.
I said swag.
Soldier Boy.
Heat.
No, it's 2008.
Dog DAWG.
No.
That's a good one though.
Aura, bro. You gotta have that aura.
You can't even say the word.
I said aura.
Aura. Stop getting stuck on that.
Aura, bro.
Tyler Coley.
Look at that aura right there.
That's a
Look at
cool
that aura, Verno.
picture.
Look at that aura.
Yeah, that's aura.
That champagne bottle in front of him.
He
Buffs
doesn't have a
That's
boner.
a
He doesn't have a
great
boner there.
He does not have a boner.
You don't know that.
He's so damn tall. It's so goofy.
Yeah, bro. He could have a boner. Right
Yeah,
now.
bro.
you could be
By
that
the way, my legs would be on that first step. This dude is spanning half the staircase. I'm for sure taking a picture with him when we get him on.
Yes.
I mean, it's going to be weird. I don't know. I got to make sure he doesn't have a boner because I might get hit with it. I'll be doing a limbo. La, 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 la. How low can you go? How low? How low? I'll get my eye poked out, bro. Don't poke my eye out, brother.
Hey,
Yo, tall ass.
What Vince Carter say? It's over. This is only the first question.
All right, let's get to the next question. Zach Kleiman just happy as could be about drafting Zach Edey.
Zodiac GM out of all the. I bring it back up because
you friggin' astrology. I love your astrology accounts.
Out of the top 4 pick, you said Kevin Pelton's prospects. Out of the top 4 that he had, Reed Shepherd, a B+ with the Rockets, Kleiman, a B- with the Blazers, Sarr, a C+ with the Wizards, Zach Edey, his 4th overall prospect, A+.
Wait, Zodiac GM had him ranked 4th overall?
No.
Kevin Pelton's statistical
and out of
projection.
those players that were drafted, out of his top 5.
The spreadsheet.
Zach Edey, the highest
crazy.
graded synergy is with the Grizzlies. The 5th ranked player on Pelton has not been drafted yet. Furphy.
Oh, yeah, Johnny Furphy.
Furphy.
I roll.
Johnny
All right.
Furphy.
Yeah, he's still at the draft waiting to get picked.
Yeah.
Hey.
Sorry. If we pick him, then I'll have to be happy. Whatever.
Oh, yeah. We're being tested.
We are being tested.
God puts you.
He really did.
God did.
God did.
Yeah,
All right,
we've been
let's go.
tested. Go, next question.
Next one.
Yeah, next one.
What we got, Zach Kleiman?
Zach, there were kind of reports throughout the day of you guys trying to move up on the board. What was today like specifically? I think with Charlotte, it seemed like you guys were interested in going there. How did all of this play out until you get into 9?
Let's just say this is exactly what we were hoping would happen tonight.
Some of y'all need a sombrero hat.
Don't.
Where is it? Hell no.
Where you gonna put the hat at? Where you gonna put the hat at?
I'm still crying at the limbo.
You gonna find a? Yo, that's insane. Where you gonna put the hat at?
In honor.
On the microphone?
Yeah. This is exactly how we wanted it to play out. Okay. Look, you don't have to go that far. That's all I'm saying. You don't have to go that far. Right.
But you want to
just say we're yes. You want to make everybody feel like they're wanted and that you are there is a way to say you are happy about the way it played out without saying this is exactly how we wanted it to play out when there's all manner of reports out there that you were trying to do something different. That doesn't mean, right, like sometimes you are still thrilled about something different happening than what you may have tried to make happen. There's no demerit in that, right? Everything doesn't work out. You are not in control sometimes. And so you could say, like, look.
But you never want to make Zach Edey feel like you're the
No,
second
but
choice.
what you say is we had two centers very high on our boards, and we were going to be absolutely thrilled
with
if whichever one was going to be available. That's how you do it. It's easy.
Yeah.
It's easy. You don't say, because then you can end up with egg on your face, right?
What does that mean?
Egg on your face?
I don't know, bro. I guess.
And you can also
Y'all never heard that?
No.
And look, and you can do the whole we were stealth in the night, silent about everything, and this is exactly how we wanted it to play out. And that's why Matt Painter, his college coach, was on with Gary Parrish this morning and said, I never talked to anybody from the Grizzlies.
Maybe it was.
But like that's what you're at mercy to.
Yeah.
You're at mercy to that kind of stuff happening. It's okay. If that wasn't option 1, you just say it's option 1A. We were going look, we had a goal in mind when we came into this draft. And we are absolutely thrilled with being able to get Zach Edey at number 9. We thought there was going to be no chance that we would be able to get one of these two guys when everything was said and done, no matter what all the mocks said and whatever else, right? Like, you could still play it up and be thrilled about it. But come on, bro. This played out exactly like then, okay. Then every single report is wrong, and John Morant followed Donovan Kleiman on Instagram for funsies. Shut up. Like, come on. Enough. I'm fine with that. Again, I love Zach, and I think Zach is brilliant. I just think, like, you don't have to convince me that this is exact like we wanted to draft. Drafting number 9 is goofy. We never wanted to do that. Nobody wanted to do that.
We wanted 7. We wanted to be a 7.
But it's fine. And right. And if you would have had 7, it would have played out exactly right. Yeah. This is, the lottery balls didn't go your way this year.
Not this time.
Didn't go your way this year. Yeah. And sometimes those things, but you could still be thrilled about the outcome and say that, we had him very high on our board. We wanted to address some holes on our team. And when you have the opportunity to get one of the greatest college players of all time and a guy that is a particularly good fit with this team and fits a need that we have, we're thrilled with the way this played out.
There's any chance there could have been a smoke screen at all?
I just think he's trying to combat, and I get it. Yeah, okay. I get it. He's trying to combat everybody saying they wanted Kleiman.
Yeah, because maybe it could have been a smoke screen that they put those in, all that stuff. But yeah, next question.
Yeah, next one.
Zach in the back. Zach's track record offensively seems like it should fit pretty well in the NBA. To those who have concerns about his ability to guard in space on the defensive end, what would you say to that?
I think, yes, I think to some, Zach Edey is viewed as a somewhat polarizing player. For us, when we think about, let's start with Zach, and the progress that he's made, what he did over the course of his 4-year career, at Purdue, making that national championship game, working on his body, every year I think his mobility clearly improved, year over year. I think there's some misconceptions about Zach Edey and his defense. You know, we're talking about a player here who was told not to foul out of games. You know, he was such a significant part of that Purdue team that, you know, his foul rate, you know, for a big and his durability for someone who's 7'5" with a 7'11" wingspan, you know, not missing games, not fouling out of games. I think 2 fouls per game, you know, or something to that effect. I think there's something to be said about, you know, allowing him to, you know, be a little bit more aggressive, which he obviously, you know, will be able to, you know, at this level. I think there's a lot to be, you know, said about the situation with us, you know, with Jaren Jackson Jr. I think Jaren, you know, kind of roaming, you know, off of Zach, his weak side rim protection, you know, Edey, you know, as the anchor, you know, in drop coverage. I think that's, you know, that's a look that we're very comfortable with, and I think Zach, you know, has the potential to be a very positive, you know, impactful defender, you know, over time in the NBA. Again, care factors through the roof, incredible rebounder. You know, that's certainly something that we wanted to have as a look. You know, we have options, you know, now. When we think about the push that we're making, you know, to take this team all the way to a championship, I mean, you see it. It's really difficult to get through 4 rounds of the playoffs. And in our front court now, there's a lot of different ways we can play. You know, we have year over year, you know, evidence that Jaren and Brandon Clark, whoever's the 4, whoever's the 5, you know, in that pairing is a great pairing, dynamic athletically. You know, we're optimistic, you know, about what the Zach Edey, you know, Jaren pairing is going to be. Jaren and Santi, you know, we can spread the floor a little bit more, pass, dribble, shoot, you know, type of look. But it's not easy, you know, to build a team that really can not just deal with different type of matchups, but we tried, you know, what really appealed to us about Zach. You know, you spend a lot of time thinking about how do we match up against this team? How do we match up against that team? Zach is incredibly unique in that you got to deal with him. You know, we now have, you know, from a size standpoint, from a physicality standpoint, you know, that's something that other teams are going to have to grapple with. You know, we want to have, you know, looks that we can throw out there that give us the advantage. Let them, you know, figure out how to deal with us. And we have different looks we can throw out over the course of a game or over the course of a series. That optionality, I think, is something that really intrigued us and we think could make an actual difference.
All right, so there's a lot of stuff I really liked out of that, and there's some stuff I didn't. Right? I am one that rolls my eyes at he was told not to foul out of games, and that's why he doesn't get steals and blocks at the rate that you would think a guy does. He is not a plus defender. If you want to convince me that he could stand in front of the rim and that defensive rebound, again, you can make a case to me. The guy rebounds, and that is the last line of defense.
Yes.
Right? The last line of defense is being able to get the ball after they miss.
Yeah.
But he is not he's nowhere near a plus defender, and that has been one of the things. Like, where does he fit defensively in the NBA? Now, if you want to tell me I think that he can be a lot better, I don't buy that him averaging 2 fouls a game is a good thing. And his steal rate is, like, historically low. Yeah. Historically low. There's only 3 prospects in the database that Hollinger has that had a lower steal rate. Yeah. He never steals the ball, hands-wise. And block shots, I mean, he averaged I think he had the same number of blocks as Kleiman and played way, way, way more minutes. Yeah. And he is only in front of the rim. Yeah. So, again, if you want to tell me like that his defense isn't as bad as what people have said it is, okay. I can buy it. Also, you can say how this is the way it works in the NBA, and we think of it like the same way Brook Lopez has become a very viable defender next to Giannis Antetokounmpo. We think that that's how he can become a very viable defender because we have a defensive player of the year next to him.
You can roam around.
I can buy that, right? Like, I mean, it's nice to have that guy and then have the guy that can roam around and block shots and do all the dirt, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And be the help side guy. And that he is going to, like, people are going to look up and see 7'4" and not come to the rim in the same way that they would.
So-
I got that.
Yeah.
I believe
When he-
that. But like, don't tell me it's because he wasn't trying to foul out of games. Just tell me he's going to be better than he was.
Yeah. At FIBA last summer, he was on Team Canada, and we played team. They played Team USA, which has a lot of NBA players on it. And he played in the game, and they literally, what you meant, like they saw him on the court, and there's footage on YouTube of them trying to go at him every single time, and he moved his feet decently well, like because he's playing against the Austin Reeves of the world, the Tyrese Halliburtons, people you're gonna see every night. And you see him in the pick and roll. You see the
turn in the corner.
Yeah, turn the corner, but you can see him get the hands up and guys block it, or they try to pass it out, or
That's
put
right.
the hands up, block the
That's
shot.
right.
So you can see the potential where you can see like in the pick and roll.
He can be better than he was.
Exactly.
He could be better than he was. But
There's
don't tell me
potential for
the reason he wasn't good on defense is because his coach didn't want him to be good on defense. Like, oh, okay. All right. All right. The other thing is, and I know this probably got under your skin too, bro, nobody loves Santi Aldama more than Zach Kleiman. Why was he even in this conversation?
why is he in this
Why are we?
Rose's favorite player.
He entered that into that conversation as another. Gigi Jackson's better than him.
The Heem God.
Oh, you're shaking your head. You say yes.
Yes.
He is. And more
I
upside
love
and more
Gigi Jackson.
potential. And it's like, he loves Santi Aldama. He does. That was a hit for him.
We don't know
You know
why.
what I mean? We don't know why.
I mean, Santi
he had
was
that really
fine
nice
for where he
dunk.
was drafted.
He's
He's
fine.
fine for where he was drafted. Yeah, like he's got
fine.
with the last pick in the first round. Like, yeah.
He's fine. But yeah, there was a lot of stuff in there that and the thing that is major out of that I totally believe in is that he dictates decisions. And I do like that. And I do think that is a valid point that is that's not bogus at all. He does dictate decisions. Whether or not, like, you look, if you want to say, like, hey, we're going to attack him on defense. Okay, well, that is still dictating a decision. Or we're going to try to go small because they've got Zach Edey out there. Or we're going to do things. But he does dictate decisions. There's no way around that. When you have somebody of that size, for better or worse, he is going to dictate your decisions. And so it is nice to be on the offensive on that. And the opportunity, like he said, which I totally believe in as well, it gives you the option of doing things different ways. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why I still think you need one more to put next to him.
What's next?
Another big.
Yeah, another big. I need another big in my life.
Zach talked at the combine and said that you had been in touch with him quite a bit and that he liked Memphis. How early in this process would you say you identified him as a player that you liked, and what particularly stood out?
Yeah, Zach let the cat out of the bag. We knew him from the year before. We got to know him during the process of last year's draft when Zach tested the waters but ultimately withdrew. At the time when I believe you interviewed him at the Combine, Drew, we had yet to speak with him.
Obviously.
What does that even mean?
Yeah, wait, what?
I'm so confused.
Yeah, what?
He said Zach Edey said that he talked to you.
And he said
several
it was
times or
last
whatever.
year. And he said
Yeah.
it's last year. And he said, and at that time when you interviewed him, we actually hadn't even talked to him at that point yet.
But Zach Edey said that they talked.
Yeah.
It was just all so odd.
That's weird.
Everything about that was awkward.
The silence was very loud.
Yeah, like
It was
the
just awkward.
The awkward middle thing was weird.
I don't get it though. So he's saying that they didn't talk to him at the combine?
I don't know. His coach said they didn't talk to him, which you can look. If you're trying to convince me that that's just because we didn't want anybody to know that we had interest in him, like, bro, you talk to the guy's coach.
Yeah.
What?
You do. You talk to the head coach.
That's just due diligence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody talks to their coach. Why would you not? Give me one reason that you would not want to talk to Matt Painter if you were targeting Zach Edey.
You weren't targeting Zach Edey.
I mean, there's just no reason not to have talked to him. None.
Yeah.
You would want to know everything about the kid. It's a big choice. You know what I mean?
Especially at this time of the franchise.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead. Next.
Is this the wild question?
Obviously, we saw the call where it was made to Edey that he was coming to the Grizzlies, and it was a very emotional and really happy time with his family and friends. Just walk me through kind of that call and what he said to you on the phone when that moment happened.
Yeah, it helped that, you know, we have had, you know, opportunities to get to know Zach in the past. You never know how these drafts can go, but I think he understood both the cultural fit and the on-court fit. There was, you know, a lot of mutual excitement about him joining the Grizzlies. Yeah.
Zach, over here, you talked about you being thrilled with the way this ended up, but didn't you try to trade up in the draft to try to take Donovan Kleiman?
I haven't seen that reported anywhere.
I'm asking.
I'm saying this is how we wanted the draft to play out tonight.
Bro,
dude, Clay Bailey is wild.
That was Clay?
Wild.
Clay did not give a F, bro.
Didn't you?
Clay.
All right, and you can go watch the rest of that on YouTube if you want to.
that was the best part.
That was by far the best part, which is friggin' hilarious. Clay Bailey has been an elder statesman, and look, he's a real OG like me, because back in the day when Mike Fratello was on the TNT broadcast with Marv Albert, every year during the playoffs, when Memphis was in it and they would call the game, they'd have this picture of Mike Fratello in a press conference after a game, and there are two people in this big press conference room, and it is me and it is Clay Bailey, and it's from like 2003 or 4 or something like that, and every time Marv Albert would be like, Zor, another perfect representation of how popular you were in Memphis. You know, and it's me, and I look asleep in the press conference.
Are you serious?
Yeah, but Clay Bailey's, I mean, he's been there 20 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's got his bona fides. He can ask whatever the hell he wants to ask. And that was funnier than hell. Are you saying you did? Dude, how uncomfortable was Kleiman?
He's like, I didn't see that.
I didn't see that anywhere. What?
Then he goes, I'm asking you.
Didn't you try to trade up to get Donovan Kleiman?
Kleiman's sitting there like, am I in New York? Am I in like a New York market, an LA market getting asked? It's not the kind of question you get asked in Memphis.
He kept it. You can say yes or no.
Clay Bailey got to get his media pass taken away, dog.
You're going to see him disappear like, yo, what happened to Clay? Like, damn, man, he asked that question about Clay.
The last question he ever asked. Didn't you try to trade up to get Donovan Kleiman?
No, I didn't see the report. I'm asking you.
Didn't you?
It's that wording. Didn't you try?
Yeah, he was.
It's a perfect
Clay.
wording because it's so hard to answer. Yeah. Like, we had conversation. And again, he just wasn't ready for it.
Yeah, Clay.
We have conversations with many teams about many different outcomes, but I will tell you the same thing I told you at the beginning. We are thrilled to have Zach Edey, and he was very high on our board.
Yeah.
That's it. He just wasn't ready for that.
Yeah.
He wasn't ready for that. You got to know that, like, that clinging stuff is out there, and so you tried to nip it in the bud at the beginning, and it didn't happen. Yeah. You tried to nip it in the bud by just saying, this is exactly the way we wanted the draft. And you don't get that question unless you make the first mistake.
Yeah, Zach's
which is saying this is exactly how I want. No, it's not.
No, the truth
it's fine,
is,
though. It's fine.
Yeah.
We're all fans no matter what.
Yeah, Zach's a great guy. Zach's like a really nice guy. You got to get better at BSing and lying. That's just what it is. Like the business that you're in, you got to learn how to BS and lie better.
Right. Because you can't.
Him said, I haven't seen that reported is legit. I've done that before.
I haven't seen that reported. I'm asking.
Did you like the photo on Instagram? I don't know where you saw that at.
Yeah.
What you talking about? Did you?
No. He does kind of like look at him like, come on, bro.
Come on, dog.
Didn't you? Did you or did you not try to trade up to get Donovan Kleiman?
I'm asking you. He's like, what?
Did you order the code red?
He said, this is exactly.
What?
He said, I'm asking you, and then he said, this is exactly how he wanted it to play out.
Yeah, and I mean, all you have to say is, look, man, we had two big guys in this draft, super highly rated, that we thought could fit a need and be great for our franchise. And we were going to be thrilled, right? And, like, again, I think you're so protective of not wanting the guy to think that you wanted somebody else. Mm-hmm. I get that. Yeah. Right? I get it. But it's a hard deal in today's day and age. That's a hard deal.
Yeah.
To do that, right? I mean, if it's reported everywhere, right, that like you're never going to convince everybody.
No.
Right? But you could still be thrilled with what took place.
Yeah.
You're just so protective of not having. You're right, because I get it. It's a hard spot because you don't want the headline to be Grizzlies wanted Kleiman settled on Edey. You know what I mean? Like
you gotta keep the
that's not you don't
keep
want
the poker
that.
face. Keep the poker face. Just,
It's very hard to do it, so I understand. It's just a terrible spot to be in. I did it. Look, I've covered 1,000 of these. Jerry West didn't know where Hakeem Warwick went to college because he was fuming because Gerald Green took the pick before.
Yeah.
So he didn't it was basically rest in peace Jerry West. But once Gerald Green went out, story goes he slammed down and basically was like, I don't give a who we take. Yeah. Because he thought he had it locked up. And so then the scouts are like, oh, take Hakeem Warwick.
Hakeem Warwick.
You know
Was it on the national championship team?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Also made the biggest block in the game.
Yeah.
He was on Carmelo's team.
Yeah, Carmelo's team, yeah.
Jerry West didn't have him.
Warwick. Shout out to Hakeem Warwick, man. Had some good dunks back in the day.
Yeah. Also, really good dude.
Really?
Yeah, we had good. Those good young guys. Like that first year. I mean, they all ended up hating their coach, but I liked that group with Rudy Gay, Kyle Lowry, and Hakeem Warwick. I did.
Yeah.
Like they were all the Big East kids, and they were all here
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
And Kyle Lowry's got a good personality.
Oh, yeah.
Rudy was cool. Hack was fun. But I mean, once Ivoroni started playing Casey Jacobson over Hakeem, they all hated him.
They all hated him, yeah.
They were like, this white bum. And he was. He was out of the NBA the next year.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, tough scene for him, bro.
I mean, sometimes coaches can make errors in judgment.
Yeah, Casey Jacobson got that contract because he played with Steve Nash.
Yeah.
Steve Nash made a lot of guys money.
Yeah.
Casey Jacobson. I ain't heard that name in a long
All
time.
right, what do you hope happens today?
Well, first of all, we've had some trades already happen.
Yeah, we've had some trades.
The Minnesota Timberwolves traded Wendell Moore Jr. and the 37th pick to the Pistons for the 53rd pick.
Oh, boy. You know what?
Well, that's probably to create money for the Dillingham deal at number 8.
You know who's working overtime? That's my guy. That's Mike Miller. He's got more, and he can't get on the floor.
Oh, Wendell Moore?
Yeah,
So the agents are you're always trying to find a place, right? Like the biggest thing, and you saw Rich Paul talk about this when he was talking in reference to Bronny. The biggest thing that you can do is try to find opportunity and fit. And if you're buried, through your first contract, it's really, really hard. And that Wendell Moore kid he's in the same stable as Morant and them, but they were able to find him a place, huh? He was just backed up. I mean, there was just log jam. He wasn't going to get to play there.
Yeah.
And so he had to find a place for him, and so I guess they were able to find a place for him.
Oklahoma City has traded Lindy Waters III to
no.
Golden State for the 52nd pick. And the Atlanta Hawks are trading A.J. Griffin to the Rockets for the 44th pick. A.J. Griffin was a first-round pick in 2022.
Wow.
Lindy Waters.
The one that got the trade the pick that got smoked last night almost unanimously. I told you the Edey one is mega polarizing.
Yeah.
Right? The one that got smoked was the Milwaukee pick. A.J. Johnson.
Yeah.
Oh, they're talking about how athletic he was. That's all I heard about.
No.
That's all they were like, oh, he's so athletic.
Where's my boy?
He's so athletic.
Huh?
That's all I heard. He's so athletic. He's a freak athlete.
Okay, here you go. Look at my boy O'Connor on this one. Aren't the Bucks supposed to be contending? Isn't the pressure supposed to be on the team taking full advantage of Giannis Antetokounmpo's prime? Didn't Doc Rivers join to win now? So why the hell did they select A.J. Johnson, a 19-year-old, 167-pound guard who averaged 3 points a game playing in Australia?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah!
Bro, you're not going to lie, bro. It was a lot of that yesterday, actually. Not just with him. Just like when you look at these French players, average 6.8 points a game in the French league.
Kevin also made a very, very good point about because some people thought that the Holland thing is too high. Hollinger had him as the number 1 player in the draft.
Ron Holland?
Ron Holland, yes.
Okay.
They hired Fred Vincent away from New Orleans, who is well known. Him and Chip England are the two best shooting coaches in the world.
Okay.
And so they're like, oh, now this makes all the sense in the world, right? They got Fred there, and now they've got they drafted this guy that the only thing separates him from stardom is his jumper.
Yeah.
So what if we have the best guy at coaching shooting ever?
And fix the shot.
Right?
Fix the broken shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like these names, bro, like some of these dudes, like I ain't never seen before in my life.
Give me the UCLA kid today.
You want him?
Just everybody says he plays
Adem
crazy.
Bona?
He plays crazy hard.
Plays crazy hard.
I don't know who.
I like the backup point guard guys.
I don't know. Yeah,
I
that's
like
fine, too.
Kolick. I like Shed. I like KJ Simpson. I like those. You know what I mean?
I'll be seeing him in South Haven. These are this is a hustle pick.
Oh, this is a hustle pick?
This is a hustle pick.
Here's the other thing.
It's a summer league pick.
Hey.
Is Edey playing summer league? Because you know he's playing Team Canada.
We don't know yet. Kleiman addressed it last night and said he has not had the conversation with him.
Oh, crap.
Because he doesn't know if he's going to the Olympics.
Correct.
It's the difference between
Or
us.
if he'll be in Canadian training camp at the same time.
Because that's the difference between us being Big Jim, Little Jim.
Yep.
If he's playing, we Big Jim.
If he's playing, we are Big Jim, and we're like getting prime time on ESPN.
If he's not playing, we are Little Back Jim as hell.
You guys don't like. I like the little gym at Summer League. It feels more intimate.
Does it?
Yeah.
I want at least one Big Jim game.
We had one last year.
Yeah, it didn't matter.
I will say this.
I like the little.
The backup point guard things. Look, I don't want to get in a situation where we're playing. I guess Scottie Pippen's a two-way, right? So I mean, I guess okay, I'd be okay with it. Like, I mean, we can't get into a Gilliard situation again. Come on, bro. Like we gotta have a third guard.
Yeah.
A guy that can play point guard for us, right? I don't want to just like, oh, Ja's hurt, for 5 games. Who's going to play point guard?
Marcus.
Like, and maybe we can get a vet. That's possible too. But I mean, I'm saying I'm looking at this board and the ones that the ones that are kind of there. And again, this is you're talking about guys that can be stashed and developed as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're looking for somebody that can play for us, the backup veteran point guards are the ones that can play for you.
Yeah.
And those guys those 3 that I just named were all awesome in college.
Yeah.
And again, they're asked to be backup point guards. They're not asked to be, right? I'm talking about Kolick. I'm talking about Shed. I'm talking about KJ Simpson.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Those guys are all, and I think Simpson and Kolick are more, I don't know. Shed he's a dog too, but he's just little.
Yeah, we need a more little guard.
And then again, you've got the ones that are like the shoot for the, this can go either way. You can get like somebody that can help your team and play for your team, or you can take projects like you did G.G. Jackson and Vince Williams. They have been better at drafting in the second round than they have the first.
They have.
And so you could shoot for the stars on that, and you can try for the, that Johnny Furphy, who's obviously, you do wonder if he's like, man, I should have just gone back to Kansas.
I know, right?
Right? Or the Justin Edwards from Kentucky, or that kind, Kyler Smith, the kid that was in OTE, whatever. Or if you just take like the solid college second round point guard. And look, there's a lot of those second round point guards that have ended up being very good in the NBA, like when you're talking about the Malcolm Brogdons of the world, when you're talking about the Jalen Brunsons of the world, when you're talking about like the ageist thing catches some of these guys, and what I'd have to go look at it. I'm not saying it's across the board, but I mean, there have been several that have been second round picks that were like veteran good college point guards.
Yeah, I got you.
Right?
I can find some.
What, backup point guards in the
I'm
NBA?
trying to find some like second rounders that have been.
Been a bunch.
PGs that have been good.
Yeah, there've been a bunch.
Yeah, Brogdon was really good. Jalen Brunson. Give me some. I'm still looking. Give me some time.
Those two are $100 million players, $200 million players.
Andrew Nembhard.
Yeah, there's a bunch.
There's a bunch.
Yeah. Herb was a second rounder. He's a wing though, but
But that's what I'm saying. I've given you 3.
Yeah, Miles McBride, who's a Knick who played in the playoffs this year for them. There's a couple. Yeah, you can find some. They usually, like you said, they usually find stuff in the second round anyway. Every year, we find something in the second round.
Yep.
So.
And I think point guard's a need.
Yeah.
I just want another one. I want another one.
You don't want another center?
Huh?
You don't want another center?
Sure. But I don't know if I want it to be young.
No, I want to. That's what I'm saying. Like, I want to fill that void as a vet.
Right. I'm talking about what's going on today at 3 o'clock.
For the draft, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Give me a little PG.
We're all idiots now.
We are all idiots. So apparently, we try to get that jersey. They said it'll take too long, so I can't have it.
Oh.
I wanted to wear it tomorrow.
What do you mean it'll take too long?
3 to 5 days.
He'll still be here in 5 days.
No, but I want it for his press conference tomorrow.
Is the press conference tomorrow?
It should be. It's usually the day after the draft, right?
Well, what if it's on Monday and then you could have it by then?
Darnell, you hear that?
Hear that, Darnell?
What if it's on Monday? Slide to Monday.
That would be so iconic.
If I show up in a Purdue Edey jersey.
Or the too tall jersey.
That'd be great.
Or just tall, whatever.
All right, that's going to do it for today's show. Thanks to John Rose across the glass. Thanks to Devin Walker. Thanks to Kelsey Wright Johnson. Thanks to Jacob back in the studio. We will be back tomorrow. Until then, we gone.